Ash Media's coverage of Snap-on Kalgoorlie's Australian Street Stock Championship is proudly brought to you by Speedway Sedans Australia.
18 brought to you by Groundmasters. The lights are out. We're going to go green this time by.
Yes, 11:35 here in the Goldfields, WA Western time.
Field of 9 about to go, heat number 18. Set for a start. Green lights come on, they're away and racing. Sam Brumfield got the best of the dispatch. Barry Roberts goes back a couple of spots as Ricky Throckmorton goes into second. Oh, there was contact on the inside, and that has shunted the 27 car of Damon Lyle into a car on the outside. Now, just pick up who it was. It might have been Morris Ahern. Contact on the inside of Damon Lyle, and he was really shunted into a couple of cars on the outside of him, and that's brought on the yellows. Morgan, yes, we'll get underway very shortly. 7 cars only. It'll still be a good race, but it has been tarnished by 2 of the drivers being removed before a lap has even been run. Morris Ahern sent to the rear of the field. We're about to go with the restart away, and Sam Brumfield gets the best of the dispatch. Brad McClure, looking to win his second race in succession, goes immediately to the outside of Ricky Throckmorton. So it's Brumfield, Throckmorton, McClure. McClure with a devastating burst of speed around the outside goes into second place. Throckmorton tries to fight back on the inside, does so as they move into the main straight. Throckmorton on the inside of McClure. They're both behind Brumfield. The 72 car of Josh Martinelli right there with them. Dale Riley Jr. and also Morris Ahern as they move down the back straight once again. 19.732 the opening lap by Sam Brumfield. Throckmorton back into second place. McClure third. Martinelli now coming underneath the McClure as well as they move down the main straight. Morris Ahern goes underneath of Dale Riley Jr. as they go down into turn 1 the traditional way here at the Kalgoorlie Speedway. Down the back straight, Sam Brumfield does a 19.6, so they're getting closer to that 19.1 record lap. Brumfield, Throckmorton, back in third place, McClure, Martinelli, and also Ahern, 19.369. It's getting closer and closer as McClure goes underneath of Throckmorton down the back straight, and while they're fighting for second place, Brumfield gets away. Martinelli with a great move on the outside, or is it actually Ahern who's Ahern and Martinelli almost get crossed up. Back then to Dale Riley Jr. in 6th. The race leader is Sam Brumfield. Into second place goes McClure. Third place is Throckmorton as they storm down the back straight once again. Out of 3 and 4 they come. The race leader comes into the main straight to complete another lap, and he's doing a great job, Sam Brumfield. Second place McClure, then Throckmorton in third, then to Josh Martinelli, Morris Ahern, all in close proximity as they move down the back straight. Back then to Dale Riley Jr. and Barry Roberts, and that is the order of the field at the halfway mark. Heat number 18 of the Australian title, and out in front it's 25, Sam Brumfield. Brad McClure in second, Throckmorton and Martinelli all close by. Back in 5th place it's Morris Ahern, Dale Riley Jr. and back then to Barry Roberts. Well, McClure has closed the gap significantly. It was 0.795. There's no margin at all now. He momentarily hit the lead. Brumfield now shoots away again, and the margin is 0.5 as they cross the strike this time around. 5 to go. Brumfield, McClure, Throckmorton, Josh Martinelli 4 car lengths behind. Then back to Morris Ahern, Dale Riley and Barry Roberts is the last car running. Out of Pittspen they come with 4 laps remaining. Sam Brumfield still out in front, only just though. The margin this time is 0.341. Brumfield is in, Barry Roberts has spun at the back of the field. Over in turn number 2, the yellow lights come on and we've got a stoppage.
Street Stock Title 2015.
Yeah, set for a start once again. Restart coming up. Green lights are on. We're going to have a thrilling finish. Sam Brumfield and Brad McClure going at it. So too Ricky Throckmorton, who's lost a bit of a panel there. And they're bunched up really, really heavily here. And Throckmorton goes back to second place. McClure went wide and goes back to third. And Josh Martinelli right there with them. Morris Ahern on the outside of Dale Riley Jr. Well, this is certainly at this stage going to be the closest finish between the lead 6 cars at least. There's only 1.5 seconds separating the 6 of them, and back to Barry Roberts at the tail. Well, it's still Sam Brumfield out in front, and Ricky Throckmorton right behind him. McClure's there. Morris Ahern's gone on the inside of Josh Martinelli, and Dale Riley Jr. doing the same. So move down the main straight. You can throw a blanket over them. 0.393 separating the first 3 as Josh Martinelli spins. He's steering here on the main straight. The yellow lights have come on, and we've got a stoppage again with just 2 laps to go. Martinelli's been in the wars somewhat as we go down to Morgan Melvin.
Yes, in fact, Jason, he hit the concrete wall very hard coming out of turn number 4. Very extensive damage to the EL Falcon. He's getting out of the cars, ladies and gentlemen. A hard hit. He's taken off his helmet. Definitely not the way you wanted to see. He's been doing fantastically so far this weekend. But give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he gets out of his car. A hard hit to the concrete wall for Josh Martinelli.
Is there any concrete wall left down there?
No, I don't think there was. It's definitely not looking good.
Well,
I think we might just let him go to the fire. He's hit it at quite a rate of knots as he's come out of turn number 4. Fireys are just having a chat to him. I think he's going to go to the doctors or to the ambulance. In fact, I'll see if I can get a word with him, Josh. Definitely not in the mood to talk, as you could probably see why. A very hard hit to the concrete wall for the 72 machine, who took out his biggest win of his street stock career, his very short 2-year street stock career, in January when we had the Albany Club Championship, $1,000 to win in a
6 cars remain, and we're in for a big finish here. Some of the top interstate drivers are all doing battle in this particular race, and Sam Brumfield has led from the get-go. The lead 5 cars have all got the best time in the 19-second bracket. We haven't been there since the early stages of the program. They're away again. Brumfield, Throckmorton and McClure going at it down into turn number 1 as McClure immediately looms for the outside as Ahern goes underneath. Will McClure be able to make it stick? No, he can't, and Ahern goes into 3rd place. White flag coming on display. McClure still on the outside behind Throckmorton, and Ahern is in there as well, and trying to find a way through is Dale Riley Jr. The white flag's on display, 1 to go, and Dale Riley Jr. gets underneath McClure as well. He's gone back to 5th place as Dale Riley Jr. gets in the back of Ahern. Ahern gets sent offline but still in 3rd place. They move out of 3 and 4 the last time, and Sam Brumfield is going to hang on and win. Sam Brumfield takes the win. 2nd place Ricky Throckmorton, Ahern 3rd, back to McClure in 4th. 5th place goes to the 98 of Dale Riley Jr. and Barry Roberts rounds out the field. 6th finish only in heat number 18, and what a race it ended up being. The quick lap of the race was a 19.369 by Sam Brumfield, who wins by 0.63 of a second.